Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to remind you of a powerful truth that can change the way you wake up every morning and the way you live every single day. Your life is a gift, not a rehearsal. You don't get a second version to fix everything later. This moment, right now, is precious, purposeful, and full of possibility. Life is a one-time gift, fragile and powerful at the same time, given without a rehearsal and taken back without warning. From the moment it begins, it moves forward with unstoppable momentum, teaching us lessons through moments of joy, pain, hope, and struggle. Every breath carries silent value, reminding us that existence itself is rare and no moment is ordinary when seen through the lens of awareness. This gift is not wrapped in perfection, nor does it arrive with clear instructions. Life often unfolds in confusion, forcing us to learn through mistakes and unexpected turns. The uncertainty we face is not meant to weaken us, but to shape our character, stretch our patience, and awaken strengths we never knew we had. Each day presents opportunities disguised as routine. Simple interactions, quiet mornings, and unnoticed efforts slowly build the story of who we become. Time moves steadily, whether we pay attention or not, and moments once ignored can never be retrieved in the same form again. Life challenges us with losses that leave invisible scars. Pain becomes a teacher, even when we resist its lessons. Through heartbreak and disappointment, we learn the depth of our emotions and the resilience of the human spirit, discovering that healing is not about forgetting, but about growing stronger around the wounds. Relationships form the heartbeat of life. Connections with others teach us empathy, patience, and forgiveness. Some people stay for a lifetime, while others pass briefly, leaving behind lessons instead of memories. Every encounter shapes us in ways we may not immediately understand. Dreams give life direction, even when they change along the way. Ambitions evolve as experience deepens our understanding of ourselves. Failure does not diminish the value of dreams. It refines them, teaching us humility and perseverance through repeated attempts. Life also demands responsibility for choices made and paths taken. Decisions, whether small or life-changing, leave lasting impressions. Avoiding choices is itself a choice, and time never pauses to wait for certainty or perfect clarity. Growth often happens in silence, far from applause or recognition. The unseen efforts, late nights, and quiet sacrifices define inner strength. Progress may feel slow, but consistency transforms ordinary actions into meaningful achievements over time. Gratitude has the power to reshape how life is experienced. Appreciating what exists now softens regret and reduces fear of the future. When gratitude becomes a habit, life feels richer, even without dramatic changes in circumstances. Life continues to move forward, offering chances to learn, unlearn, and become more aware of its depth and complexity, reminding us through every passing second that what is given once carries immeasurable worth. Don't wait for perfect conditions, because perfection is an illusion that keeps moving further away the moment you think you are close to it. Life rarely offers ideal timing, complete certainty, or total readiness, and waiting for all elements to align often results in missed opportunities that never return in the same form. Progress begins in imperfect moments, when clarity is incomplete and confidence is still developing. Most meaningful journeys start with hesitation, doubt, and unanswered questions. Action taken in uncertainty builds experience, while hesitation only strengthens fear and delay. Conditions improve through movement, not waiting. Growth happens when you step forward despite discomfort, allowing challenges to refine your skills and perspective. What feels unprepared today becomes competence through repeated effort and learning. Fear often disguises itself as the search for better timing. The mind convinces itself that waiting is wise, when in reality it is avoiding risk. Comfort zones feel safe, but they silently limit potential and slow personal evolution. Small beginnings carry more power than perfect plans. Even modest steps create momentum, and momentum creates confidence. Starting where you are with what you have opens doors that planning alone can never unlock. Experience teaches lessons that preparation cannot. Real understanding comes from trying, failing, adjusting, and trying again. Each attempt brings clarity that no amount of waiting can provide. Uncertainty is not a sign to stop, but but a signal that growth is near. The unfamiliar stretches ability and sharpens awareness. By moving forward, confusion gradually turns into understanding and direction. Time continues regardless of readiness. Days pass, opportunities shift, and circumstances change. Waiting for ideal conditions often means watching life move ahead while intentions remain unchanged. Courage is built through action, not thought. Confidence grows after taking steps, not before. Acting in imperfect conditions trains the mind to trust itself and adapt when outcomes are unpredictable. Every moment offers a chance to begin, even when conditions feel incomplete and resources seem limited, reminding us that progress belongs to those who move forward before everything feels ready. Your attitude determines your joy more than circumstances ever could, because it shapes how you interpret everything that happens around you. Two people can face the same situation, yet experience it completely differently based on their mindset. Attitude acts like a lens, coloring every moment with hope or frustration. It decides whether challenges feel like burdens or opportunities. Joy begins internally before it ever appears externally. A positive attitude does not mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing not to let difficulties define your entire experience. When the mind focuses on what can be learned instead of what is lost, strength begins to grow. This choice allows peace to exist even in uncomfortable situations. Joy survives not because life is easy, but because the heart remains steady. Negative attitudes quietly drain happiness without making noise. Constant complaints, comparisons, and blame slowly erode inner peace. Over time, even good moments lose their sweetness when the mind expects disappointment. Joy cannot stay where gratitude is absent. The way thoughts are repeated daily becomes the emotional environment we live in. Attitude influences how setbacks are handled and how quickly recovery happens. With the right mindset, failure becomes feedback instead of a final verdict. Disappointments still hurt, but they do not break the spirit. Resilience is strengthened when challenges are met with patience. Joy grows when hope is allowed to breathe. Gratitude plays a powerful role in shaping attitude. Noticing small blessings shifts attention away from constant lack. What is appreciated expands emotionally, bringing contentment into ordinary moments. Even simple things gain value when recognized. Joy deepens when appreciation becomes intentional. Attitude also affects relationships and how others respond to you. A calm and respectful mindset invites understanding and trust. When emotions are managed with maturity, conflicts lose their power. People feel safer around those who choose kindness over reaction. Joy multiplies when harmony replaces tension. Daily habits quietly reinforce attitude over time. The words you speak to yourself either build encouragement or self-doubt. Thoughts repeated often become beliefs that guide behavior. Choosing patience, optimism, and self-respect shapes emotional stability. Joy becomes more consistent when inner dialogue is healthy. Stress becomes heavier when attitude resists reality. Acceptance does not mean giving up, but acknowledging what is before taking the next step. Resistance adds unnecessary weight to already difficult moments. Calm acceptance creates space for clarity. Joy finds room when inner resistance softens. A strong attitude helps maintain balance during emotional highs and lows. Success feels meaningful without becoming prideful, and loss feels manageable without becoming hopeless. Emotional stability protects inner peace from extremes. Life feels more grounded when reactions are controlled. Joy remains steady rather than fragile. Every day presents countless chances to choose how to respond. Attitude is shaped moment by moment through awareness and intention. Even small shifts in perspective can change the emotional outcome of a day. Joy becomes a practice rather than a coincidence. The quality of life reflects the mindset carried within. The past cannot control your future unless you allow it to shape your thoughts and decisions. What has already happened exists only in memory, not in the present moment where choices are made. Experiences from yesterday may influence understanding, but they do not hold authority over tomorrow. Growth begins when awareness replaces regret. Freedom starts when lessons are separated from limitations. Mistakes from the past often feel heavier than they truly are. The mind replays old failures, convincing itself that change is impossible. Yet every mistake was made with the knowledge available at that time. Learning transforms error into wisdom. Progress begins when self-blame is replaced with self-compassion. Painful memories can create fear of repeating history. Fear builds walls that limit possibility and confidence. Avoidance may feel like protection, but it quietly shrinks potential. Courage develops when fear is acknowledged without surrender. The future opens when fear no longer decides direction. The past shapes habits, but habits can be reshaped with intention. Patterns formed over time can be broken through consistent effort. Awareness is the first step toward change. Small daily choices weaken old patterns. Transformation happens through repetition, not instant change. Identity often becomes tied to past experiences. Labels formed long ago may no longer reflect who you are becoming. Growth requires releasing outdated self-definitions. You are not required to remain who you once were. Evolution begins when identity is allowed to expand. Forgiveness plays a powerful role in releasing the past. Holding on to resentment keeps old wounds active. Forgiveness does not erase memory, but it removes emotional control. Peace grows when the heart chooses release over bitterness. Healing creates space for forward movement. The future is built through present actions, not past events. Every moment offers a new opportunity to choose differently. Consistent effort gradually shifts direction. Change feels slow, but it is always happening. Momentum belongs to those who act now. Regret often disguises itself as reflection. True reflection brings clarity, while regret brings paralysis. Understanding the difference restores balance. Wisdom looks forward with awareness, not backward with guilt. Growth follows insight, not punishment. Confidence weakens when the past is treated as a prophecy. Past outcomes do not predict future results. Experience increases skill and awareness over time. Each attempt builds strength, even when results are imperfect. Confidence grows when effort replaces doubt. The future remains unwritten and responsive to choice. Nothing from the past can rewrite what has not yet occurred. Possibility expands when belief replaces limitation. Direction changes when responsibility is accepted. Power returns when the past is allowed to stay behind. You are stronger than you think, even in moments when doubt whispers that you are not enough. Strength is not always loud or visible. Often it lies quietly in endurance and patience. Every challenge you have survived is proof of resilience already within you. The fact that you continue despite pressure shows inner power. Awareness of this strength grows through reflection. Many people underestimate themselves because they compare their struggles to others. Comparison hides personal victories and magnifies insecurity. Strength appears differently in every individual. What feels ordinary to you may be extraordinary in reality. Recognizing your own effort builds self-respect. Emotional strength is tested during silent battles no one else sees. Carrying responsibilities, managing pain, and continuing forward requires courage. Tears do not cancel strength, they reveal honesty. Vulnerability often exists alongside bravery. Healing and strength develop together. Physical and mental exhaustion often mask true ability. When tired, the mind convinces itself that limits have been reached. Yet resilience often appears after persistence. Endurance expands when effort continues beyond comfort. Growth hides just past resistance. Past struggles have already trained you without your permission. Difficult experiences sharpen judgment and deepen understanding. Survival itself is evidence of capability. Lessons learned through hardship strengthen future decisions. Wisdom forms from experiences that once felt overwhelming. Fear makes strength seem smaller than it truly is. Fear exaggerates obstacles and minimizes ability. Facing fear gradually reduces its control. Each brave step weakens doubt. Confidence grows through action, not avoidance. Strength is built through consistency, not sudden bursts. Small efforts repeated daily create lasting resilience. Progress may feel slow, but it accumulates silently. Discipline becomes a form of self-trust. Over time, persistence reshapes self-belief. Support from others does not diminish strength. Accepting help requires courage and humility. Strength includes knowing when to lean and when to stand alone. Connection reinforces endurance. No one is meant to carry everything alone. Self-talk plays a powerful role in recognizing strength. Words spoken internally shape belief and motivation. Encouraging thoughts expand confidence. Negative self-talk limits potential. Changing inner dialogue reveals hidden power. Every challenge faced today is strengthening tomorrow's capacity. Growth often happens without immediate awareness. Strength develops while enduring, adapting, and continuing. The journey itself builds resilience. Inner power expands with every step forward. Choose joy intentionally, because joy does not always appear on its own in the middle of busy or difficult days. It is a decision made within the heart before circumstances change. Intentional joy begins with awareness of the present moment. When attention shifts from lack to possibility, emotions follow. Joy grows where focus is gently guided. Life constantly offers reasons to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. Without intention, the mind naturally drifts toward worry and comparison. Choosing joy means interrupting that pattern with purpose. It is not denial of reality, but a different response to it. This choice gives control back to the inner self. Joy is strengthened through gratitude practiced daily. Noticing small blessings softens the weight of challenges. Simple moments gain meaning when acknowledged. Gratitude redirects emotional energy toward appreciation. Over time, this practice reshapes perspective. Intentional joy requires boundaries around thoughts and influences. What you consume mentally affects emotional balance. Negative input repeated often drains happiness. Protecting mental space allows joy to breathe. Awareness becomes a form of self-care. Joy often coexists with pain rather than replacing it. Difficult emotions do not eliminate the possibility of joy. Both can exist at the same time within the heart. Choosing joy means allowing light without rejecting honesty. Emotional balance develops through acceptance. Habits play a powerful role in sustaining joy. Daily routines either support peace or increase stress. Small actions like rest, reflection, and kindness reinforce positivity. Consistency strengthens emotional stability. Joy becomes easier when supported by healthy patterns. Relationships influence how joy is experienced and expressed. Positive connections encourage laughter and understanding. Choosing joy may require distancing from constant negativity. Surrounding yourself with encouragement nurtures inner peace. Emotional environments shape emotional outcomes. Joy also grows through purpose and meaning. Doing things aligned with values creates inner satisfaction. Purpose brings fulfillment beyond temporary pleasure. Meaning adds depth to daily actions. Joy deepens when life feels intentional. Self-compassion is essential in choosing joy. Being gentle with mistakes prevents unnecessary guilt. Perfectionism blocks emotional freedom. Acceptance of imperfection invites peace. Joy flourishes where kindness towards self exists. Every day presents moments where joy can be chosen again. The choice may feel small, but it is powerful. Repeated intention builds emotional resilience. Joy becomes a practiced mindset. Inner peace strengthens through deliberate choice.